Hello, friends. Welcome back. Welcome to part 2 of our Bihar episode 2 series. We are discussing how to make Bihar great again, similar to what Trump wanted for America. But here we are sincere and serious, and Bihar is crying out loud to make it great again. A concerted effort, vision, and roadmap is needed to achieve it. In part 1, we talked about what's the virtuous cycle of development and how it has changed the trajectory of South Korea. On the other hand, Ethiopia is still struggling to feed its people and give them meaningful jobs, security, and education. We don't want Bihar to become Ethiopia. We want Bihar to create an example for all the states, not only in India, but even outside, of how a well rounded economy can be developed. Now, how can that virtuous cycle of development be implemented? How do we implement it for Bihar? What strengths do we have and what areas are there for us to focus on? Remember our virtuous cycle of development which we discussed in part 1. Now here we are going in depth as to what are the nitty-gritties, what are the core features of the Bihar model. After a lot of churning and understanding our strengths, the Bihar vision must have 3 pillars: agriculture, infrastructure, the foundation, but the core of it, the fulcrum for the economy of future is the healthcare. Now, Bihar has been an agriculture dominating economy. So we want to keep our agriculture going. We want to develop infrastructure to support the agriculture and other economic activities. But we want to create an industry, an economy for the future, a knowledge-based economy. And that must be healthcare. We have to make Bihar the healthcare hub of not only India, but of the world. We have to create a healthcare revolution, and that should be the center at the core of our strategy. Now, we are not neglecting any other industry or any other features of Bihar's economy, but we will be focusing on these 3 pillars. First two will drive our current economy, but the healthcare will lay the foundation for the future. In agriculture, we want to focus on smaller number of items. We want to aim small. Like lychee, makhana, mangoes, honey, fisheries, maize. These have been our strengths, and Bihar is known for these products. Government must set up marts, mandis to directly purchase from farmers, and that too at a price which is either equal or higher than what they are getting from the market. Packaging and storage will be government's responsibility initially, so that we create export quality and we export it across the country and even outside. Government must invest in these facilities. Come to infrastructure. We want to generate employment. That is going to be the kickstarter of the economy. And all migrant laborer brothers who are working outside our state, let me be very clear. You all will be working inside Bihar along with your family. You'll be staying with your family and working in Bihar by 2022. Within 2 years, there will be enough infrastructure projects which will give you employment. We will have better highways, bridges, dams, and no corruption. Nitish government has built many corrupt dams, and we saw them washing away in the first rain itself. And the infrastructure will not be just roads and highways and bridges. We will lay water pipelines, fiber pipelines, gas pipelines, all of them together. We want to create an economy for the future, and the government will invest in it and raise so many tenders that all the contractors, builders, laborers will get employment in Bihar. There will be no dearth of business opportunities. We'll start with major district hubs, and once the quality improves, we will go down to gram panchayats and then villages. And infrastructure will keep the employment wheel turning. Agriculture will keep our economy going. But we want to create an economy for the future. And healthcare revolution will be at the center of it. Make no mistake, world is changing. Corona is the watershed event. And the economy which will focus with all its might, with all its resources on healthcare will be the economy of future. And Bihar will retrain teachers towards pharmacy, medical, nursing. We will use existing education institutes towards healthcare, creating workforce. Male and female teachers, male and female nurses, males and female doctors, practitioners, compounders, pharmacists, chemical producers, pharma producers. Companies from across India will start drooling on Bihar. They will start coming in to hire. Private hospitals will employ doctors, nurses, practitioners from Bihar. We will create a knowledge-based economy. We will also improve the transport network. Roads will be of highest quality initially for the district hubs, and then later to the gram panchayats and then to the villages. We will have mini buses, ambulances, AC coaches to get patients from major hubs to world-class Bihar medical colleges. Call it WCBMC. These hubs, world-class Bihar medical colleges, will treat lakhs and lakhs of people. People from other states, the nearby states, will start coming in to get treated. And poor will be taken care of free. Rich will be charged for the facilities, for lodging, for food, for infrastructure. Economy will get boost from lakhs of people visiting our state. The lodging industry, the housing, mess, hotels, food, tea, rickshaw, local tourism will get a boost. Pharma industry will get a boost. Initially, we will have to procure medicine from outside. Later on, but an industrialist will see, and pharma companies will see that the center of demand has shifted to Bihar, they will start producing and manufacturing them in Bihar. And that will generate more employment. That will create the hub that we really need, the healthcare hub. And so these three pillars, agriculture, infrastructure, and healthcare at the center of it, will define the Bihar's vision and the Bihar model of development of future. And now that we have discussed the core and the two pillars of a futuristic, well-rounded Bihar's development, it's up to us, the Biharis of 2020. Because we are going to decide the future of Bihar in this election. Do we want an economy of Mauryavansh or Ethiopia? Mauryavansh का फलता फूलता बिहार, Ethiopia जैसा अफ्रीकी देश. What kind of model do we want? South Korea's model of development and human capital with universal healthcare, or of Ethiopia, where factional fighting, insurgency, poverty, hunger, joblessness is norm. We have the right, and more importantly, obligation, to change the political landscape with a strong vote for change and give full majority to opposition. It will have two broad impacts. Number one, Nitish and BJP learns an important lesson. Janta is active and smart, and it will throw us out if we don't work for them. Number two, it will give a chance to RJD for 5 years to do work of Janta and follow a developmental roadmap. And if they do well, we must re-elect them and give them mandate again to continue on this journey. Nitish and BJP has squandered last 15 years and multiple chances. It's time Nitish ji sits in opposition. This is the right and duty which our forefathers gave us through this constitution. We must exercise this option through our vote and change the current corrupt lazy government of Nitish and start the development cycle of Bihar, the virtuous cycle of development. Bihar rejects Nitish. Hashtag. Thank you folks. Thanks for listening. Have a great time. Come back soon.